Matter. What is matter? I matter, and so do you, and so does everything else. The book you read this afternoon? Matter. The cup of water you drink? Matter. Your car? Matter. Matter is, in short, everything that has mass and takes up space. Ice, water, air. Wait, is air matter? Let's try an experiment. All you have to do is blow up a balloon. As we see, our balloon is filled with air. Now we see that the balloon has mass and it takes up space. Even though it might not be obvious at first sight, it's just in a gaseous state. There are three states of matter: solid, like the tree; liquid, like a lake; and gas, like air. Matter is made from tiny particles, so tiny we can't even see them with our eyes, and even with all our fancy microscopes and cameras. It's how the particles interact with each other that determines the state of matter. In a solid, your particles are overcome by the attractive forces between particles. They are jam packed and bunched up together. They don't move. At most, they vibrate. Solids have a fixed shape and volume, but heat gives particles energy. The more you turn up the heat, the more energy the particles get, the faster they move. Which brings us to liquids. The particles in a liquid have overcome the natural attractive forces between particles enough to move freely, but they are still stuck together. Their shape depends on the container they're in, whether that's a duck mold or an ocean. They have a fixed volume. And if you turn up the heat even more, your particles at a liquid state will get enough energy to move fast enough that they completely overcome the attractive forces. They are now gases. Particles and gases are very far apart from each other. The volume and shape of a gas are dependent on the container they are in. Depending on the balloon I blow, my air will be in a different shape. Similarly to how turning up heat changes the state of the matter, turning it down also changes the state. It's why freezing water gives ice, as cold air takes away energy from particles, slowing down their movement. Just like water, everything can be in all three states of matter, but the state of matter we are in right now in your room is what we call the state of matter at room temperature. My pen at room temperature is a solid. The changing of the states of matters is called phase changes. This triangle helps illustrate this. Now I want to show you a very interesting substance: oobleck. To make oobleck, you need to mix some cornstarch with a little bit of food-colored water. When I put pressure on it, it behaves like a solid, but when I go into it gently, it behaves like a liquid. We call this a non-Newtonian fluid. I hope you had fun with us today. We really appreciate it if you subscribe and like. It helps us a lot. And remember to stay curious, and please visit prepexcellence.com.